Today is National Purple Heart Day, a day to recognize the brave men and women wounded or killed while serving our great country.
All right, we're going to honor 6 Purple Heart recipients right now, and they are joining us to share their stories and tell us about the Purple Heart Foundation, which you need to know about. We have Bill Hutton, former Marine and Vice President of the Purple Heart Foundation. Hey, Bill. James Blaylock is here, retired Marine and Secretary of the Purple Heart Foundation. Hey, James. Brian Porter's here, retired Army Sergeant, Master Sergeant. And we also have Jay Lawrence, retired Army Sergeant First Class, and Lawrence Honan, retired Marine Lance Corporal. Welcome to all of you. Thanks so much for your service.
Thank you so much. What does Purple Heart Day mean to you?
Purple Heart Day that's one of the most exciting days for us. I'm standing here with people. I'm just humbled to be with heroes such as this from both Vietnam and from the OIF, OEF services. Purple Heart Day was started back in August 7th of 1782 with our General George Washington. Had a lot of trouble getting money from the Congress, as you all know, during the war, and had to try to figure out some way to represent to his men that he was blessed with having such true warriors. And he created the first Purple Heart, which was called the Badge of Military Merit.
Right.
It was cut out of purple cloth and laced binding around it, and presented to 3 sergeants from Connecticut.
Gotcha. James, tell me your story.
I guess my story in a nutshell is having been wounded on the battlefield, in Vietnam, having survived being placed in a body bag and placed in a cooler and revived on the really embalming table, determined that I still had a pulse rate.
Wow. Brian, how about your story?
I served 26 and a half years in the military. Over 15 years ago, I was struck with an intergalactic explosive device in Fallujah, Iraq. My unit was operating in Fallujah, and as we were departing, my vehicle was struck, and it was the beginning of an ambush. Unfortunately, I took the brunt of the blast, and fast forward to today, I've had over 33 surgeries to put me back together. And I'm now honored to be among these men and women, a part of the Purple Heart.
And one of the greatest showings of our military ever, so there must be great pride with that. And Jay?
Yeah, I'm actually a 21-year Army veteran, retired, actually served 2 tours in Iraq. I received my Purple Heart during my first tour. Out of a 7-man squad, 5 of us got hit by shrapnel from 2 RPGs.
Gosh. All right, and then Lawrence Honan's on the end. Lawrence, tell us your story.
I joined the Marine Corps in 1966. I served in Vietnam from 67 to 68. I received my Purple Heart during the Tet Offensive.
Wow, guys, a round of applause for these men who came down here to fight.
Y'all have been through a lot. We appreciate everything you've done. Thank you so much. Tell us about the foundation and where we can go to learn more information.
The foundation, Purple Heart Service Foundation, is an organization that our basic principle is to help veterans, and the veteran coming from the military, transitioning to civilian life.